Okay.
You're on, Penny.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the call. My name is Penny Toner. I am excited to be here tonight to introduce our spectacular host, Ricia Adair. Ricia and I have been friends for 25 years. She has a long history of friendship with me and a long history of network marketing and just working with people and helping you build your business. So she's a good person to have on your side. She was number 3 in Canada for all of Canada last year, only starting at the end of April. We're so proud of her. Whatever she does, she's successful. Whether it's dancing or watching a ZZ concert, ZZ Top concert, she is successful and knows where to go, and she's here to help us. So please help us welcome Risha Adair.
Thank you, beautiful Miss Penny Toner. Thank you so much. We're going to bring up our slides and do a screen share. You'll give me the thumbs up if we're happening. Okay, share it. Okay, Penny.
You bet.
All right, let's bring up our slides. Let's get this party started, right?
Nice. A little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. We're coming.
That's not
How's
what
that?
they said. Perfect.
Are we good?
Perfect,
Okay.
honey. Let's
Can you
go.
please mute the lines, Penny?
Done.
Thank you, darling. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am in the beautiful city of Winnipeg, my hometown. It's good to be home. I haven't been here. It's funny. I've moved out of Winnipeg in 1979, but I still call it home. Isn't that funny? But here I am with my family, my brother, my sister, and my niece. I've got a bunch of nieces and nephews here, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. I basically just arrived in time for my brother, to take me to ZZ Top last night. And those guys in their 70s are still rocking. I'm telling you, it's an indication they must be on our products because those boys are just having so much fun. So let's go forward and share some exciting stories with you. What I have to share with you is my story on how the drops have changed my life on a health level, but also how they've changed my life on a financial level. Anybody here not want to be healthier? Put a 1 in the chat if you're not interested in being healthy. Anybody here not want to make extra money? Put a 2 in the chat if you don't want to make any extra money. Okay, I don't see any of those, so I'm going to go ahead and share my story with you. Oh, there's my cousin Michelle. You made on board. Hey, my newest brand partner, Michelle, my cousin. I haven't seen her forever. There's a cute story behind that, but in respect of my guest speakers, I want to allow enough time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my story with you. We moved
Excuse me.
into
Welcome, Michelle.
We moved into our dream home in October of 2023 on a very rainy day on Mike's 70th birthday. And we hadn't seen our home since when we sussed the property in January. We closed in July. And since we had closed, the existing owner had decided not to pay the hydro bill, the pool bill, all those other things that keep a property in somewhat good shape. So when we got there, the pool pump was broken and it was covered in algae. The neighboring lot had overgrown on our property. Doorknobs were falling off. It was a bit of a disaster. I mean, we're coming into our dream home and there were some things that needed immediate attention to the point of $50,000. And that was our entire nest egg that we had coming into this property, which isn't a lot of money when you're retiring, we could all agree, right? Well, I want to throw in too that I had a crooked lawyer that stole our $23,000 of closing costs. So that set us behind. There was a lot of stress for me. You can see with the arrow that we live on a little hill just overlooking beautiful Santiago Beach. And that beach is 9 kilometers of flat beach. Beautiful sand, beautiful swimming. It's absolutely amazing. Love it, love it. And no matter how many times I swam that beach, ran the beach, walked the stairs, I was still a very heavy, frumpy, fat woman. And I wasn't feeling good. I ended up with shingles, a UTI that wouldn't go away, a couple of dog bites filled with infection. What do people fight about? Money. So, we're living the year of our dream, the home of our dreams, and we're not in our dreams because we had so many complications in our first year. And even my guests, they were coming along, they had prepaid for the year before. So I didn't even have any extra cash flow to put money in the car to take them around on day trips. So I was in a really bad state financially, and Canada Pension doesn't quite pay enough to look after this beautiful property. So I went to see Dr. Tom, and Dr. Tom said to me, Risha, I've researched, and it's definitely FFB that you've got, girl. You've got a serious case of FFB. And I said, Dr. Tom, whatever could FFB be? He says, you've got a serious case of fat, frumpy, and broke. That's who you are, girl. You're fat, frumpy, and broke. And Chris and Joni must have seen one of my fat pictures on Facebook because she phoned me on April 22nd. That was the day that changed my life. And she says, Risha, you need these drops. And right away, my brain said, I need these drops. I got to have these drops. The second part of my brain says, you don't have any money. The third part of my brain said, how can I make it work? So I was able to switch some funds over and I took out enough money to buy 2 boxes. Joni said to me, Risha, thousands and thousands of people have enjoyed incredible body transitions on this product. They're getting healthy with these drops. You need to post it and let people know because people need to be saved from their existing bad healthy situations. So I started posting. First post, I got 19 comments. Second post, I got 7 comments. And then my drops came to the door, and I actually posted a picture of me holding the box with the drops. 59 comments. 20 people out of those 59 comments said, I want to know more about these drops. I need something. My hormonals are like a wacko circus. So fast forward, I started to enjoy a couple of paychecks. We do get paid every Friday. And before I knew it, I was accomplishing goals like I never saw before. I had experienced at this point 7 months in my business, and the 1 year goals were materializing very quickly. November was a very magic month for me. Funds had accumulated quite nicely and quickly. So I was able to enjoy the delivery, my brand new fridge. That's my beautiful maid, a lady that I couldn't afford in my other life. She's celebrating my fridge. I'm in love with my appliance. I love my fridge. Another thing we got done was bringing the paint crews, white everywhere. Manzanillo is a white city. It looks like Greece in some ways. And I said, I need to get the paint crews in. And Mike said, no, I kind of like the white. And I said, honey, not in this marriage. We're going to be painting. We're going to have some fun and get some Mexican colors going. On the pool deck, the pergola was rotting and it was a safety issue. It had to be repaired. What you're looking at is a $5,000 structure. You have to have special woods that the termites don't eat, that doesn't deteriorate in the UV. So there we are. We have our new pergola. And Mike got his new motorcycle. Pretty excited about that. And then along came an earthquake on December 24th, followed by 6 more earthquakes that failed our pool. And this just happened recently. I had a whole bunch of guests that were checking in on January 2nd, and I had to make that awful phone call to tell them that we're really looking forward to seeing you. But guess what? Pool is broken. So thank you to this company. Thanks to Partner Co., I was able to get this pool repair done very quickly, and we had a celebration with the pool reopening party on January 14th. Now, I'm not saying this to impress you, but to impress upon you, if I could do this from a little desk in Manzanillo, thank God I paid for my Wi-Fi that month. You can do it too from wherever you are because there's so many people out there that need some help. And the other thing as well is we would have lost the resort end of our building had Partner Co. not come along. There's no way that our pensions could have accommodated all these various expensive repairs that needed to be done. Then along in December came the news that I qualified for the Punta Cana trip. I was like, pinch me, is this for real? In fact, I achieved so many lifestyle credits, I have enough to qualify for 3 diamond vacations. It was such a good time. We had so much fun. I ziplined for the first time. The property was exquisite. We're going to have Brenda, our special guest, talk to you a little bit more about that. There's 178 brand partners that celebrated being spoiled like little kids on this beautiful diamond resort trip. On a health level, well, my body was ridden with arthritis, plantar fasciitis. I was overweight. I was irritable. I wanted to hurt my husband. I didn't sleep at night. I was addicted to sugar. I was in a bad state of affairs. I told you my drops came. After taking my drops for only 13 days, you can see the difference that happened in my body. We're going to talk a bit more about the drops in a moment on how they did that for me, but you can see exactly in these pictures what happens quickly in your body. Fast forward, the lady on the left, that fat girl, I don't know how she got into my computer, but that was taken at my going away party on Vancouver Island. And the lady on the right was taken after 3 months of being on the drops. I lost 34 pounds. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. I'm the picture perfect of health. I just am so grateful. I owe it to these guys, Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth. John had extensive experience in the network marketing industry. In fact, with one of our products, the Tahitian Noni, he was an international superstar. Darren Zobrist was a self-made multimillionaire, I think billionaire on the Wall Street. These two guys came together, found a group of companies that were in dire straits. Previous ownership was making some bad decisions. Throw in COVID, and these companies were failing quickly. One of them was the Tahitian Noni company. So they got together and Darren decided, let's buy the companies, John. And that led us to something wonderful. We are the third fastest growing momentous company in the world. We're 2 years old, but we have products and leaders from these products with us that have been there for decades. So together we are simply better. In the last several months, I learned a lot about hormonal imbalance. I didn't have a clue. I didn't even know how to smell hormone before. But here we have mood swings, low libido, hold your hand up, right? Headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, weight gain. And the food cravings are always for foods that are bad for us, right? We see a commercial on chocolate cake and we got to we're going to have chocolate cake. So I want you to have a look at these circles and in your mind go, okay, there's one there at least, there's three, there's five. Some people said there's all 10 that affected me. And for me, there was about seven. Well, thank goodness for our over 100 products, all stellar products that are going to help you. We've got products that in the sports industry, in the wellness industry, in the weight loss industry, in the beauty industry. And I owe it all to these guys. We have an amazing scientific team. Dr. Ray Strand, he's our chief medical officer. He's written several books worldwide, very well known. He speaks in layman's language. Dr. Joshua Plant, chief science officer, just joined our team. In fact, the announcement came to us in Punta Cana. This man got his master's in 3 years in Harvard, of which Harvard invited him to be there, and he graduated at the top of his class. So not only is he good looking, he's super, super smart. Dr. Pina, bottom right of the screen, he's close to me in Manzanillo. He's in Mexico City, actually, one of the world's leading gastrointestinal doctors. He's actually created our beautiful product, the probiotics product. Brett West is a leader in noni development. And it was through one of his seminars that I said, I need to have that noni. So we're going to talk about noni in a minute. We've got amazing people, Dr. Crystal Vance and the Wellness Council. We are loaded with professionals that are attracted to this business model because our products are quality, they're stellar, and there's massive science supporting them. There's 1,040 annual surprise quality tests, and I want to throw in surprise because we have suppliers all over the world, and our teams will often just drop in and check that the efficacy of the product and the cleanliness of the product is exactly as we promised to you, our customer. I got pretty excited because it's a global company doing business in 50 countries. I'm Canadian, obviously. I live in Mexico, so I have lots of friends in the US and Mexico. And as you can open your global business for a membership of minimal value and be able to do business in any of these countries. You could post on Facebook. Someone from Italy can see that post, send you a question. Am I able to get these in Italy? Yes, you are. You send them a link from the Italian flag on your website. European office fulfills the order and you get paid the following Friday. It's that transparent. There's no international tax numbers, international business licenses. It is that transparent for you to do business in a global market. One of the companies that we purchased is Lucim, and in 2005, Lucim released Skincerity. Skincerity is the world's only breathable skincare mask. That is a seminar by itself, the wonders of this product. I recommend you have two, one in your medicine chest and one in your beauty box. It's amazing what it will do for beauty as far as sunspots, aging, wrinkles, battle scars, all those things. In the first aid box, Marlene had an incredible experience with eczema that lasted for years, very uncomfortable, very scratchy. After rolling for 3 weeks, her legs returned to normal. So it doesn't cure the eczema, but what it does is make it manageable. Noni and collagen, this is one of my faves. It's a beautiful taste. And again, the noni, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the collagen, of course, we all know about it for young, youthful face. We all want skin like that girl in the picture. Well, imagine when you consume this product that you get the young, youthful inside your body too. So that's what anti-aging is all about, is to have that youth from the inside out. Let's talk about noni. The noni fruit is the most efficacious, filled with nutrients fruit in the world. When it grows in the French Polynesian islands, specifically Tahiti, it is that much more efficacious, filled with iridoids that no other noni in the world has. If you went close to a noni tree, it doesn't smell right and it tastes funny. So it takes a brilliant team of scientists to be able to put together a beautiful formula of juice for you. I call the noni, after hearing Dr. Brett West, my army of soldiers to protect my health overall. So it's going to give you overall health and wellness, supports a healthy immune system. It certainly boosts your energy and endurance, helps sustain joint health so you can go up and down the stairs, get in and out of the car or your airplane, supports a healthy cardiovascular system, helps fight harmful free radicals, and protects against oxidative damage. It does so much, including supporting your mood. So for everybody, the Tahitian noni should be in your shopping cart. Let's talk about our supplements. Well, you're going to hear from our guest today, and I'm going to tell you this personally. I love investing in these supplements because I feel the difference. I feel like I'm 35. I look pretty young. The lady who did my facial today, she guessed my age to be 54, and she almost fell over when I told her I was 3 years from 70. I feel these vitamins. I don't have any pains. I'm not saying that we promote, cure, or heal or anything like that. It just seems coincidental that when you take our products, you start to feel better. Probiotics is the best of the world, loaded with nutrient, or rather with prebiotics, probiotics, billions of strains. It's even in its patented bottle, so you can take it into hot climates and not have the heat affect the product. Omega Q for your brain, for your heart. Amplify is our Restorix. It's used for your brain and for energy. Optimal M's, Optimal B's are there for your muscles, your blood, your eyes, your lungs. Who would ever think of taking a vitamin for a lung, right? And yet we're dependent on our lungs 24/7, millions of times in the periods. So it's important to look after every aspect of your body. Benali, our bestseller in France, our bestseller in China, it is designed to actually strengthen your skin as you lose weight from the drops. But people are finding that's the number one product next to the noni that's keeping their immunity system strong and healthy. It's loaded with efficacious vitamin C that your body can actually absorb and utilize. A lot of people are reporting that they're no longer experiencing allergy sufferings. So definitely very important. MOA, oh my God, I love the MOA. Recently told me right in the beginning, for your arthritis, for your plantar fasciitis, you got to get on the MOA. I took the MOA, and in 3 weeks, I noticed a significant reduction of pain. In 6 weeks, gone. I don't have any pain. I can take the dog and we could walk for 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers in funky flip-flops, and I am just fine to go. It has 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition, very expensive tropical foods, hard to find, including lion's mane mushroom, turmeric root, all kinds of great things. And so many people report back that they no longer have the pain and inflammation. This lady had an ankle surgery that went south on her in a short time, utilizing our MOA. Back to healthy, beautiful feet, as did this gentleman as well too. Often when I ask people their favorite products, and I hear the drops, Renew, MOA, and Noni, those are right at the top. Every one of our products is amazing, including Sugar Stop. So Sugar Stop is for those occasional times when you want to cheat a little bit, go off plan. We're going to talk about that. And what it does is drastically reduce the blood sugar spikes when you have white table sugar or carbs that turn simple carbs that turn into sugars. So definitely a great one. A lot of people take it daily because of its high fiber content. Now the Slenderies, this is my breakfast. I love the Slenderies line. Pure Nourish is my morning protein shake. It's 18 grams of protein, pea protein. There are no unhealthy sugars, no false sugars in there. It is very, very good. In fact, it has so much nutrients that if all the food should disappear tomorrow, you have enough nourishment in your Pure Nourish. As long as you have clean water, you'll be able to well survive. The cocoa gives it the chocolate flavor, and the cocoa is awesome for desserts. Again, it's a power booster. The Giving Greens, you actually have in the new bag 2.5 pounds per serving of the efficacious greens. Put it in your shake, have it in a green drink. It even has acai and cinnamon in it to give it a great flavor. So before I talk about the drops, I want to share with you our Fountain of Youth in a box. I love Renew. If you love Renew, put 5 in the chat. Renew is the only product of its kind in the world. We have 2 international patents on this product. It tastes fabulous. It comes in a sachet that you mix with half a glass of water and take it before bed. Some people have it do the reverse of helping them with a good sleep, so they take it earlier in the afternoon. And what Renew does is helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. It's the only product of its kind that teaches the human body to open pathways to create its own human growth hormone. As we reach the age of 30, our HGH production comes significantly down, and that's a result of teeth issues, crow's feet, gray hair, etc. The Renew, we've actually seen people have their hair go black again. It's an amazing product. It's going to promote deeper, more restorative sleep. A good sleep tonight means better decisions tomorrow. Increased libido, stamina, and pleasure. A lot of us over 60 are struggling with that. Not anymore with the Renew. And it's a great product to marry up with the drops because it reduces body fat and increases lean muscles. So the two work hand in hand very nicely. Promotes youthful looking skin and hair, improves mood and energy, and cell regeneration. And our flagship product, the drops. The drops were created by doctors backed by science. It's a naturopathic product, homeopathic. It's safe and effective stimulant, hormone free. There's no hormones in our products. You will drop twice the weight as diet alone. And what will they do for you? First of all, and most important, it helps curb hunger and controls your appetite. It's like Thanksgiving, you get that signal in your head to say, stop eating. Don't go for that second helping. It eliminates sugar cravings. That was one thing I could never stop in my life. I stopped the booze, I stopped the pot, I stopped the cigarettes, but I couldn't stop the sugar. And now I celebrate day 397, no sugar. I'm so grateful. Helps balance your hormones, insulin, ghrelin, the leptin, the cortisol, of course, the anxiety hormone. We all know we have to reduce that production. It's going to stimulate your metabolism so you'll feel increased energy and feel younger and helps you stay motivated. And it also has ashwagandha and rhodiola in the product, so it's going to stabilize your mood and keep you happy. So you won't want to hurt your husband, especially if you're in menopause. Supports thyroid, clinically proven, maintains healthy blood sugar levels, and helps reduce brain fog. Say I, right? Memory improvements. A lot of my clients in day 3 say that their brain fog is lifting. I call them God's magic drops. What you want to do with our drops is combine it into a healthy lifestyle program. Of course, drink your water. We all know we need to consume a lot of water, and no, coffee doesn't count, girls. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day, even if it's walking. But I did see a fellow at Calgary in a wheelchair that lost 60 pounds on our drops. This is a lifestyle. It's not a fad. And if you follow our lifestyle program, the weight will not come back. We have our approved food list, all the proteins, animal-based, plant-based, vegetables. There's a whole list of the can haves instead of the can't haves, right? The whole idea is to get your body's blood levels controlled with a low glycemic diet and keep your body from spiking with the blood sugar in your blood. So it's a low glycemic program, and you will definitely not go hungry on our program. Jane Storch, I just saw in Victoria. I need to get a new picture because she is now down 54 pounds. But look at what happened for her in 32 pounds. In 8 weeks, I should say. James Leponsi, yes, guys, you have hormones too, 47 pounds in 4 months. And look at the physiology. The guy on the right doesn't even look like the same person. It's absolutely amazing. Dr. Crystal lost a whole person, 162 pounds, and that was 7 years ago. The lady that I partied with in Punta Cana was that lady on the right. She still has not regained the weight because she stays with our healthy lifestyle. Tracy out of West Virginia. Robin, athletes love our problem. They always have that extra 5 pounds that hangs on and they want better performance. You can see the 30-day transition in Katie. Maggie out of Fox Island. Julie Park was very, very sick when she was introduced to the drops, married to a doctor at that time. And she was wearing a heart monitor, mother of 5, a very sick person. Now she's that crazy, sassy girl on the left in the silver dress. April, again, physiology. Look at how the physiology changes in people with these drops. It's amazing. We go back in time. We age backwards. The Hublers, they have a physiotherapy clinic in Richmond, Ohio. Josh was very careful being in the medical field that he wanted to really, really analyzed the science. And once he was satisfied, they joined in. You could see the difference on their faces, how much reduction in inflammation. And in 4 months, they became senior officers. In our company, senior officer pays $160,000 a year. So having a physiotherapy clinic and 5 kids and being able to accomplish that is crazy, but it's because of our easy system of growth formula. Sheila was suffering from cancer. She went into chemo and then radiation, and she was a very sick woman. Well, the drops helped her get her life back, say goodbye to 25 pounds. Chris Bailey had Lyme disease and couldn't find any help with the doctors in Nashville until the drops came. He got well and his jacket fits him. Well, Chris, you need a tailor now. Selena, her BP numbers came way down to normalized. Her A1C numbers for her diabetes came way down. The doctor recommended she no longer needs her meds. She lost about 45 pounds. And Ashley started with the program just so she could lose 15 pounds. Well, to her delight, she got through her night sweats. They're a thing of the past. Her hot flashes are a thing of the past. And I want to mention at this moment, there's 1 billion women entering menopause this year. We have a lot of people to reach out with these drops and help. Reese, her husband, well over 300, addicted to Dr. Pepper and Oreo cookies, found that he no longer wanted it, dropped 65 pounds, great guy and great leaders in the business. Our beautiful hostess tonight, Penny Toner, that lady on the left, we're coming up to our 1 year anniversary. Penny was very, very sick after having colon cancer and 5 surgeries, one to correct the other. And she had a difficult life that she could only process half an avocado at that. And she slept about 16 hours a day. She was dependent on her 84-year-old mom to do all the errands around the house. Look at the girl now, 2 months later, 60-day transition is our beautiful Penny. And she's on her way. She's not 100% yet, but she's rebuilding from being very, very ill for several years. So I'm so grateful that Penny said yes to the drops. Are you grateful, Penny?
Wait a minute, need to take the audio off. I am so grateful. I can't even imagine, Risha. You introduced me to these drops. Life changing. I can't even, yeah, thanks, girlfriend.
Oh, you owe me a big hug when I see you.
You got it. Never gonna let go.
You betcha. Add Chad Fuchs, our vice
Mm.
presidents out of Fremont, Nebraska. Again, you could see a picture paints 1,000 words. And Chad was on 12 medications, and now he's only down to two.
Never gonna let go.
Um, okay, Penny, I just need you to mute the line, please. Thank you. Jerry Wyndham, not only did he lose 12 pounds, but he had to hold one hand as a soup spoon went close to his mouth. He was now no longer having the shakes. I mentioned that to my husband, Mike, and Mike says, you know what? My shakes are gone now too, and my acid reflux and my migraines. So there's a lot of things that go into play when your body gets into balance. It goes into a state of self-correct and just starts to healing itself. Colleen, look at the transition that happened for her in 6 months. Wow. Cheryl Cook, she's on the call with us tonight. That lady in the upper left phoned me on Christmas Eve, that same day that picture was taken. She got her drops because of the postal strike sometime mid-January. There she is now. Look at the difference in her in just a short 5 months. Beautiful Cheryl Cook. James Scott, oh my God, he may be on the call with us tonight, but there wasn't a dry eye in the house when and he was talking about his situation. His Parkinson's, the shakes have gone away. James was suicidal, looking at jumping off Little Mountain in Parksville. There was a sign that said, don't jump. And then the drops came to him. He's no longer miserable. He's no longer an angry man. He no longer shakes. And he no longer has to wear his knee brace of 17 years to walk his dog. He's a happy guy and a strong, strong testimonial. Kelly Rosier out of Policum. These are all people on our team. Lori LaRock, she's down 24 pounds now, looking great. She just bought a red Mustang with her extra income from Partner Co. You should see that blonde in that car. Wow. Sherry Brookbank is on the call with us tonight. Great transition, 40 pounds down. Sherry, so proud of you. Layla, one of my leaders as well. She's down a whole ton and she's a tiny little one. So it's really important that you're not carrying that extra weight, right? And now back to Jane. Oh, there we go. Sharon Smith. She lost a whole ton of weight. I think it was about 40, 45 pounds. She owns 2 stores and is raising her 2-year-old grandchild and yet she's advanced very quickly up the ranks. So no matter how busy you are, everyone can do this. Tammy Frankfurt, she didn't have a lot to lose, she thought, and then the drops helped her get those abs back, and she's in her 50s. She looks great. Nancy Hupelo also on our team. She was very, very sick. So not only was she overweight, but carrying several issues, and now she's just so healthy. Her husband Wayne lost a whole bunch of weight as well. I just saw him on Saturday, and he says, "Who is that guy with that bunch?" Charlene Kloster, 77 years old. He fell living at the lake house, and her son said, "You got to move into town. You got to move into assisted living." And she says, "Just let me on these drops. They just arrived. Let me try these drops." In 2 weeks, Charlene was walking with the cane, no longer needed her walker, and she's still in her beautiful lake house, keeping her independence. Valerie St. Jacques, my buddy out of Victoria. Story after story after story. Rachel out of Virginia, Barbara McCubbin, the lady in the size 7 skinny pants there, she's just about 70 years old. These drops make us look young. It's crazy. It's crazy. Advantage is a fabulous product. It actually burns visceral fat around your waist and your hips. And what it's going to do for you is, well, first, let's talk about the risk. High blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. Visceral fat is starting to be talked about in the medical community as killer fat. So it's going to increase calories burned by 10 times, so you get leaner and faster. Helps reduce the stubborn visceral fat to slim your waist and hips. Helps increase your metabolism, so you burn more calories. Activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, and helps prevent weight regain following weight loss. Okay, sorry about my slides. I redid them a little bit for the last show, and we didn't have too much time to redo them. Okay, let's go to some testimonies. Is Dawn in the house with us? I'm anxious to hear Dawn's story. Look at her before and after picture. Dawn, did you make it in the house with us tonight? Unmute your line, please. Penny, can you check the attendance that Dawn is with us? Okay, we're going to move forward to our next testimonial.
I don't
Penny,
see Dawn. I'm sorry, Ricia.
oh, she's not. Okay, well, she confirmed, so perhaps something came up. We'll have her on another
Perfect.
time.
Yes, yes.
I want to introduce to you now Chrys Neville, a longtime girlfriend who's from Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. You can see in her
Mm-hmm.
face the difference in the
Wow.
inflammation, and she's got a great story. Chrys Neville, thanks for being on the call with us tonight. Share your story with us.
Well,
Happy
thanks
to
for
have you
having
here,
me.
Chris.
Pardon?
Happy to have you here, Chris. Good to
Oh,
see
thank
you.
you, Penny. Thanks, everyone. My story. Well, in what year is it? 2025. In 2024, I had just in the spring of last year, I had been having a really rough year. I had had COVID about 14 months prior, and I don't think I ever really got over it. And then I was supposed to be having a hysterectomy. And because of everything happening with our medical system, it got postponed and postponed. And I wasn't able to do the things that I normally love to do. And by the time last spring came around, I had my surgery and I just felt horrible. I was exhausted. I'm a research biologist with fisheries and oceans. And I was coming home at the end of the day and falling asleep at 7 o'clock at night. I literally couldn't keep my eyes open. I hurt. I couldn't do the hiking. I've always been an active person. I couldn't do the hiking or the outdoor activities that I loved. And I thought, is this what retirement's going to be like? Like, this is not what I signed up for. I've always eaten healthy, so my diet was good, except for potato chips, my weakness. And a girlfriend of mine posted about the drops. And I went, okay, I have to do something. I'm going to give it a try. And I called her up. I said, Shauna, send me the drops. I have
So
to
you
tell
saw the
you,
drops in the post.
I saw the drops in the post, just in a
Wow.
feed. Yeah.
Imagine that.
And I reached out to her and said, what are these? Send me the drops. And she had only started herself 2 weeks prior. And I got the drops. I tell you, within that first week, I had so much energy. I wasn't falling asleep at 7 o'clock. I was up later than my partner. And within 2 weeks, that my pain in my knees was gone, but pain in my feet. You know, when you get up at night to go to the bathroom and it hurts when you walk on the floor? And that was all gone. I was going, whoa, what's going on here? And, within 3 months, I was down 40 pounds. and I love my life. I really feel like my life is back. I have it back. I feel great. I'm excited about things. I have no brain fog. I go, when your brain fog goes away, you go, where have I been for the last decade? Because all of a sudden you can do so many things again. And I'm so grateful that Shauna posted that post and that I responded to it and I gave it a try and I love it. And I didn't intend to start a business. Another one I'm a travel agent as well. But people started coming to me. So I started following the system and now I'm growing a business as well. You got to share it when it works.
Congratulations, Chrys, and what an amazing
Thanks.
story. I certainly appreciate you being on the call to share with us tonight.
Thank you, Ricia.
Every time I hear these testimonials, I just say, thank you, God. This is such a great product. I'm just blown away on how it's helping so many people. How do you get the drops? Well, you could purchase retail from the person who invited you. Canada price is $232.50. USA is $176. But you know what's going to happen, just like what happened with Chrys. People ask, what are you doing? I want to do what you're doing. And they approach you. So in the United States, you can have a lifetime one-time membership for $29.95. And as you share, we always do. We share good concerts, good movies, good restaurants. Why not receive that commission check back from the company? Because instead of spending it on various advertising, they're going to share it with you for referring a brand new customer to them. If you want to build it big, there's all kinds of training available to you. Brenda Carlton on the line with us is one of our great trainers. There's so much available to you. In a brick and mortar business, you can't even build a website for anything of $37.95. In Canada, it's $37.95. I do want to use a disclaimer as we go ahead and share with you the business side of things, that everything depends on your own desire, your passion, willingness to learn, and of course your skills. Combine it all together and you've got yourself your own paycheck. Let's talk about turning drops into profits. And again, remember, I was broke, guys. My life literally changed. I went from broke with 60 bucks in my jeans to being the top 3 money earner 8 months later. So I never forecasted that kind of success. You don't know who you're going to introduce these drops to, who's going to want it bigger than you. And that's exactly what happened with several leaders on my team. Retail profits is, first of all, you're going to receive 30% off the suggested retail by being a brand partner. The brand partner can either build a business or you can just enjoy being a wholesale customer, one or the other. So in the United States, because we have our US cousins on the line with us tonight, I'm going to share both plans with you. The $371 in the United States will buy for you 4 boxes. Keep one for yourself. Post on Facebook with our proven system of growth. You're going to enjoy a profit of about $222 by giving them a little bit of a discount, and you get yours free. In Canada, same formula, $465. You can profit from 240 of the 3 boxes and get yours free. That's why we do it. We get our product for free. Now you can turn social media into profits and an international audience. My business is now reaching out to 12 different countries, as it can for you, because we now live in a very small world. What you see here is a screenshot of an app that we put on our phone called Boards. And Boards is basically like storage in the cloud. Social media week 1 is the 14 testimonials for that week. Week 2, 14 testimonials, etc. When people ask, what are the drops? What are the ingredients? How much do they cost? How do I buy it? All the answers that anybody could ever ask is in that section called Tech Scripts for Drops. It is that simple plug and play system. If you can copy and paste, you can build an empire. I posted this picture of Rick and Crystal, who lost 210 pounds. That posting alone won me so many customers who turned into brand partners. So your ideal goal is to promote 30 boxes in your first 30 days so you achieve ultimate. That's a very important position to be at. A long route, you would make about 2,500 profits in Canada, 2,700 in the US. Not a bad extra little cash income. Let's call it beach money, shall we? And you get yours for free. But the first thing is you need to activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. The 4-pack that I mentioned is indeed a 200-point product. in the US and Canada. And I'd suggest get that Renew because the two products go so well together, and it's a bit extra in the point value, 270 or 278. And you're going to love it. And also, as you share your experience about the Renew with others, they're going to want to have that product too. In Canada, we have a few different member packs, and I'm going to talk to you in a moment about some great packs in the US. There's a member sampling pack of 200 points, and it gives you a sampling of various different products here, which I love because then you get to experience a few different ones. And again, the business pack is 1350, 540 points. That's going to put you up at a higher commission level should you choose to refer other Brown partners. The elite pack will put you at yet another commission level, and that's a greater sampling. Plus, you get some extra products, so you're able to share it and sell it and make some profits back on your original investment. The best package, I think, is this one here. It's called Ultimate. It gets you to that top pay position right out of the gate, 1,500 points. You've got a lot of product that you can share in retail. And plus, whenever you buy any one of these packs, you get several hundreds of dollars of product free. So I highly, highly recommend it instead of going a la carte. In the United States, you do have the benefit of getting 10 packs, which is a great thing because profits on a 10 pack is over $600. You can get a 20 pack, you can get a 30 pack. Now, a 20 pack, you're going to be looking at $1,760. Again, these are US options, and a profit return of close to $1,600. Wow. You're almost matching your original investment and doubling your money in your first month. And believe you me, people are selling that many just by posting on Facebook. And the ultimate pack, which I highly recommend, is 2,300. You're going to profit 2,710. You know what? You can't even build a website for $2,300 if you were a brick and mortar business. But in this business, you have a company looking after your customer service, your 100% money back warranty, your shipping, everything is looked after for you. It's definitely the best option is to purchase either in Canada or the US, the ultimate pack, if it fits your budget. We were voted the most generous, the best compensation plan in the industry by Business for Home. And I know everyone says that, but we have all kinds of proof. We are paid 9 different ways. I'm not going to bore you by sharing everything with you because people's eyes start to gloss over whenever I talk compensation plans. So I'm going to keep it very, very simple. If you want to build a business and refer others, right out of the gate, you're going to want to be able to set up a 100 monthly subscription and gets you a chance to enjoy all these other great products that we have. And that keeps you qualified to receive commissions. You're also, again, going to get 30% off the regular retail, which is an awesome, awesome price advantage. So let's talk about this. If you buy a 4-pack, you're activated. You refer Mary, who purchases 1,000 points of product, you would make 15% or $150. If you're at the business level by purchasing a business pack or working your way up within your first 4 weeks, folks, this is really important that you realize these promotions for Ultimate is available in your first 4 weeks. The business pack will offer 20%, so you would make $200. The elite pack is 25%, you would make $250, but the ultimate is the top pay position in our company. Once you achieve it, you keep it. You keep that status for a lifetime. You never have to requalify. So you're making $300 on the same sale as if you were an activated member. So again, I'm going to bring you back to either the 30 pack in the United States or this beautiful ultimate pack. You'll have no regrets. And then Mary's going to want to share this business with Helen, Pete, and Robert. Well, as you build a business, we have a very generous base commission plan, which means the activity of the people you bring on board and the people under them who continue to buy product. So you're going to have one leg that becomes stronger than the other. It becomes what we call your power leg. All the other legs up until a weekly 13,334 points is going to pay you 15% base pay to a maximum of $2,000 per line a week. Yes, a week. We do get paid every Friday. And then what happens when you reach in any given week $250 of base pay or more, you're going to get an extra 15% put aside in your savings bonus. That savings bonus climbs up quickly. A lot of people are triggering it in 8 months to 12 months. Myself, my $10,000 bonus check will be triggered on the last payday in June. So I'm really excited because that's going to pay for my trip to Africa, which makes me really excited to do a safari. There's so many people that have enjoyed the savings bonus. Chris and Joni in 8 months, Jerry and Allison. These are all friends of mine that have triggered their $10,000 bonus check. And then we have matching bonus status as well. And this comes in the top 3 levels when you achieve ultimate in your first 4 weeks. And the matching bonus, well, I'm just going to fast forward for you. I've been in the business now for 14 months, and my matching bonus is the equivalent to a mortgage on a very nice home when you added up my weekly checks in a month. So it's definitely worthwhile to get to your ultimate status in your first 4 weeks. I can't stress that enough. We also get paid lifestyle credits. The group went to Tahiti in April 24. Many more went to July in Bahamas. And then we recently came back from Punta Cana, as you know, and a group right now is in Bali. So we've got some amazing trips every September at our convention in Dallas. So we invite you to come along because it's amazing. The scientists are there, the owners are there, the executive, the parties. It's just really a great event to share. And at last PXP in Orlando, there was 2,100 people present. Over 800 of them danced across the stage celebrating rank advancement. There's a lot of people. Cheryl Cook was on the line with me tonight. There's everybody on my team who's on this call danced across the stage in Calgary that we recently had our Calgary Connect. And now it brings me great, great pleasure to bring forward my dear friend Brenda. We got to be pretty chummy buddies in Punta Cana. That's another great thing about these trips is you make such good friends and relationships are cemented. She's a celebrated officer. She's in Colorado Springs. And Brenda has an amazing health testimonial to share with us as well. So I'll just give you a moment. Her pictures are from February to July. Again, look at how this young lady has transitioned. Brenda, I'm so excited to have you on the call with us tonight.
Thank you, Ricia. It's an honor. Oh my gosh, I was so excited when you text me. That's awesome. Well, guys, this is amazing. Ricia, this is probably the best presentation I have ever listened to. And believe me, girl, I've listened to a lot of them in the last 23 years.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you. Your information you gave was golden. It was priceless. I hope y'all took notes or you're going to go back and listen to the replay because I am. Well, Ricia, how can I help you?
Okay, so Brenda, first of all, how did you learn about the drops? That's my first question always.
Okay. I have been in this industry for 23 years. I'm a Texas girl. I was born and raised there, thought I would die there until 2.5 years ago. My daughter and son-in-law moved to Colorado Springs due to a job and took my grandkids. And so my husband and I followed. And so I live a really good life, y'all. God has blessed our socks off. I don't have to work because of this industry. This is an industry of compression. You can do in 2 years here what would take somebody in the average person in corporate America to do in 20 plus years. And so I love this industry. So back in February of last year, I decided that I would go to Bible college, moved to Colorado Springs, found out that Chrys Bible College is in my backyard. It's been a lifelong dream. I'm a believing believer and I love ministry and I love helping people discover who they are in Christ. That is my ultimate goal. And so I enrolled in Bible college and was waiting to start in the fall. And then my daughter was struggling with all the things that we know about. And so major brain fog, extreme confusion, sudden rapid weight gain. And she said, Mom, I just want to sleep my life away. I sleep all night and I just want to sleep all day. And she said, I could literally sleep my life away. Well, that kind of concerned me because that's kind of borderline depression. She lives an amazing life. And as a homeschool mom and a student herself in a worship academy, that was a dream for her. That was not possible. Knowing something was wrong, she made an appointment with the doctor. She sought out a hormone specialist here in the Springs, only to hear, well, Carrie, your labs are normal. The only thing I know to do is to put you on birth control. And the sad part was June 30th last year, she turned 50 years old. So that was not an option. She leaves the doctor's office, gets in the car, reaches out to her best friend and prayer partner, Amy Rickman, who is a homeopathic educator here in the Springs. And she said, "What have you got for me? This is what the doctor just told me." "What? So I can gain more weight?" She was a little spicy that day. And she was upset because, when you don't feel good, your world is ugly. So Amy introduced her to the drops. Carrie got started on the drops, and y'all, in 5 days, she said, "Mom, I know exactly where I was standing. The brain fog lifted. The cloud was gone. It was as if you cleaned my brain with Windex, and I feel like a human again." Y'all, I was concerned about her driving from my house to her house because she just couldn't. She couldn't put 2 sentences together. It was bad. And, Ricia, what you talked about, take the drops so that you can be nice to your husband, you don't hurt him. We were all involved and under that umbrella. It was bad. Watching this transformation brings me to tears, and we all held our breath. But at the end of the 3rd week, she had lost an entire jean size. As we were watching her, I called her one morning and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm shopping in my closet." "Mom, I can get in everything in my closet." That right there is life-changing. Then came the question, "Mom, my friend Amy is going to be talking about how these drops affect the homeopathic aspect of our bodies. Will you go with me? I don't want to go by myself." So in this industry, I had laid it all down. I'm a nutritional coach. I have done that for 23 years. I absolutely love coaching people. And I had 11 100-pound weight loss stories on my team alone. I coached most of those. That's a process. That's a journey. That's a commitment. But there is no bigger joy or no bigger price than a reward for helping someone achieve something like that. So my inside voice really said, "Ooh, I don't want to go to a meeting. I'm done with all that stuff." But to support her, I said, "Yes, baby, I'll go with you." She said, "Mom, it's up north. I'll come pick you up." So on a Sunday afternoon at 2:30, I went with her to Julie Park's house. I promise y'all, I did not cross my arms or roll my eyes. I walked in and sat down and listened, but I could not help but ask myself, oh my goodness, what was the message that brought 77 people out of their house that day on a Sunday afternoon? And about 35 minutes later, I learned. And we're all dialed into radio station WIIFM, what's in it for me? And so as I sat there on the couch and I listened to Dr. Crystal Vance talk about all these things that these drops address, I thought, well, I already take natural bioidentical hormones. Had a hysterectomy when I was 28 years old. I take that stuff. I already take 90 milligrams of NP thyroid. I don't need that. I was kind of okay with my weight. I had done something really radical and drastic that I don't coach, but because I knew what I was doing, I had done it and I had hit a breakthrough. I thought I was doing pretty good. Then she said digestive healing, and I was like, oh, that's me. I had taken digestive enzymes for as long as I can remember. My body leans more towards constipation issues. I had to really stay on top of that. So I left that meeting that day and I thought, man, what is this stuff? These people are so jacked up. So left, I come home. We got started. I ordered a 4-pack because 2 for my husband, 2 for me. And so I had met this lady, Tammy Melchizedek, and she had answered 4 questions for me. From this industry, I needed to validate, what is this stuff? So my questions were, who's at the helm of this company? What is the integrity? How long has it been around? And how come I have not heard about this? This is my industry. And so she said, if you would like, I will be glad to give you more information. So fast forward, on a Monday, I just couldn't put that stuff down. So I called her and she said, come to my house. Walked in her house on a Wednesday afternoon. She let me try the product. She told me all about Darren and John, the history of the company. I guess she could see the excitement on my face. And then after a while, she said, go put some lipstick on. We're going to take a picture. And I said, for what? And she said, we're going to make a post. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. I don't do social media. I'm a stalker. I just look at people. And so she took me out her balcony. She took 2 pictures of me holding these 2 bottles. And we came back in and she loaded these boards on my phone. I didn't know anything about boards except the ones in my husband's shop. And so she taught me how to copy, paste, and send. And we did a couple of role playing. This is what you say if somebody says this. Okay. I left her house. 10 minutes later, drove up in my driveway. 9 people had hit that post. In 30 minutes, 15 people. And I didn't even have any product, nor had I had it in my body. And on Thursday evening, I had sold 3 of the 4 boxes that I ordered, just like Ricia just shared that slide. Buy 3, get 1 free. I sold 3 boxes. Not only did I get my money back for that, but I got my $29.95 back. And on Friday morning, I mailed out those 3 boxes. My husband and I got started on the 4th one, and he looked at me and said, looks like you need to order some more drops. And in a quick phone call with Julie Park, I placed a 30-pack, and this ball started rolling. And it has been the most fun. I am having the time of my life. So getting started on the products, just a few weeks in, I lost 10 more pounds, which is very hard for me to lose weight on the scales. I lost a jean size. I'm now in a size 0. Some of my clothes are double zeros. I can't believe it. I've never been this size in my life, was never this size in junior high. And I feel better than I ever have at 70 years old. I just celebrated my 70th birthday, April 16th. And I'm on a mission, Ricia, to help you and all these other leaders on this call get these drops into hands of billions.
Wow.
Are you going to help me?
I'm totally there with you. And, you know, I host these calls, Brenda, twice a week, 6 people, and I never know what the testimony is going to be. I didn't know the story about your daughter. That's amazing. And there's just one story after another. My new t-shirt says on the front, this company has such big heart. And on the back, this is a lot more than 20 pounds, right?
Yeah,
It's all about getting healthy. So you're officer now, and I celebrate because you, my dear, was on an incredible trip to Punta Cana. You and I went 1, 2, 3 crazy all too many times. And we just had the best time of our lives. So let's share about your experience in Punta Cana.
Well, you know, I have been on many, many trips over the years, and we always went to the beach, and I'm a blue water girl. I did have to trade my blue water for the mountains, but you know, that makes me happy because they have these planes that will fly me anywhere. But Risha, I was so excited when I found out that I had earned that trip. And for me, having been in those situations many, many, many times, my heart is connecting with people. And I can't tell you that I can't articulate what it meant for me to get to spend 3 hours with you on that very first night.
We had a lot of
I see
fun. There
you
was
at
some
a
great
distance.
conversation.
There's no way for us to do that. You have to be in that setting, and all distractions are gone, and it's just time with people. My heart is learning who they are. I love hearing people's story. Loved your story. Loved your life now. Love hearing what this company and the growth. I always say I grew up in this industry. There's no place in America that I could have learned what I have learned about people. You get people skills. You learn leadership skills. But it's going to places like Punta Cana and Bali and all the other places that people are going, because you get to that intimate time with them to really find out who they are. And you know, if you really want to know who somebody is, travel with them and spend the stay in their room.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Anyway, I'm flexible. I can roll with anything. I learned flexibility 1411 dozen many, many years ago. And so I love, love, love people. I love to hear your heart, and I love to hear what makes you tick. So
Well,
that's the
thank
thing
you.
that excites me, Risha, is just being with the people. It's great that there's a business meeting here in a tournament, but my time was spent with Risha Adair, sitting at a table, just three of us that night for 3 hours.
Amber, it was so
For
fun.
3 hours, and just
Yeah.
hanging out by the pool, going to the beach, walking on the beach, and just enjoying life. That's it, Risha.
It was a great trip. Thank you so much, Brenda, for sharing this time with us. And I would love to interview those people on your team that have lost the 100 pounds, because that's for most people at that level in weight, it seems like hopeless, but it doesn't have to be. It happens quickly with our product because it puts you in the right disciplines and the right body chemistry that gets you to normal. Brenda Carlton, I love you. I love you. I love you to bits. Thank you so much for being a special guest on our call.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It's nice to meet y'all.
I just love that, y'all. I love that. And after we come back from Dallas and San Antonio, we're all going to be saying y'all.
Yes.
Okay. So you've heard it from Cheryl, you've heard it from Brenda. How will you know if these products are working for you? Well, you will have more energy. You heard it from me. You'll have better sleep, improved mood, the increase in your libido, reduction in inflammation, weight inches. It is you that we have so many non-scale wins, and a big one is the inches that come off because the inflammation just seems to dissipate. Better elimination in digestion, less brain fog, boost in immunity, overall sense of well-being. You feel our products, and that is why in my team, my average consumption per brand partner is 8.9 products for everyone. They go, okay, I'll start with the drops. Oh, I'll try the renew. Oh, I got inflammation. I might as well get the MOA. Well, I hear so much about the noni, and before you know it, people are buying 8 to 9 products every month. And many of my brand partners are close to 25 products a month because every one of them is so great. We just redirect our spending, right? We got to have breakfast, so why not have our Pure Nourish breakfast? We got to have a coffee, so why not put cocoa in your coffee? There's just so many ways that you can love and enjoy our products. So as you're out and about, as you go back to work tomorrow, as you go to the grocery store, as you talk to your sister or your cousin, everyone over the age of 10, well, let's say 30, has these hormonal imbalance symptoms, all of them. And they could have one, they could have three, they could have five, they could have 10, and any one of them is going to make their life miserable. Our Sincerity looks after the incredible adult acne. The drops look after the acne. Our products look after all of this, and the drops balance your hormones to look after it all. So in summary, let's check where you're at. If you're a 1 in the chat, or if you're 1, put 1 in the chat that you want the drops and you're prepared to buy retail. Now, I forgot, I'm in Winnipeg. Nobody in this town pays retail. It's all about getting a deal. So how about becoming a brand partner or a wholesale customer so you can save money? If you're that person, put a 2 in the chat. What about hearing about how your life can change? Maybe you want to go to Punta Cana. Maybe you want to have that extra income so you can buy a new fridge too. Who would like to get on this health and wealth train and ride? Put a 3 in the chat. Or are you waiting for number 4? Because the number 4s in the room are going to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big all the way to the top. Again, this company, the timing couldn't be explained any easier. We are the 3rd fastest moving momentum company on the planet, and we're only 2 years old. We've just begun. In no time at all, I believe we'll be at 1 billion. We're over 400 million already. And I believe we're going to be at 1 billion very, very soon. So a sliver of that $1 billion pie can make a radical difference in your life. I shared with you where I was at my 7-month anniversary. Now you know about my 14-month anniversary. What would your 1-year anniversary look like? What would you like it to be? Or would you like to be the same place that you're at today? The same finances, the same bills, the same humdrum, the same neighbors, the same friends, the same weight, the same big jeans in your closet. Or you want to go shopping and get some skinny jeans and be super healthy and have crazy paychecks? You decide. It's your life. You write the story. Live the dream with us, though. Time, freedom, body you love. I never thought I'd be in size 9 skinny jeans again. I'm so grateful to have that financial stability because plan Bs are no longer a nicety, it's a necessity. Life has gotten crazy expensive, And why not have a community of friends so you can hang out with cool people like Brenda and I and Penny and all those people on our call tonight and have those luxury experiences. Enrolling is easy. We can help you choose the kit, whatever fits your budget. And our next call is June 16th. I will be dark on Thursday, as I am going to take my brother and my cousin and my niece to the football game. I haven't been to a live football game for a long, long time. So we're going to go see the Blue Bombers and have some fun. I'm going to say thank you to Brenda Carlton, to Chrys Neville, to Penny Toner for hosting, to our brand partners for supporting the call, and certainly to our guests for appearing tonight. We are going to open it up for questions. I'll stop the recording.